Hey everybody, it's December 6th. We got the morning market rundown here, and the SPY made a new all-time high yesterday. Ran into a new all-time high and got some profit taking here. So the first key level we'll be monitoring is this VWAP from the gap at this 605.84 level. We set this inside day, start to break under here, and start to make some lower lows and lower highs on a smaller time frame. Then price may be poised to come down, fill this gap, and the next key level will be down in the 603.33 area. So we got that 606.33 area. And then if that breaks, the 603.33 area, this VP cluster, then this may catch a bounce. And then maybe we start to see a little bit shift down and profit taking down to this 597, this 20-day moving average, where we could see this previous level of resistance acted as support. So that takes us into the intermediate time frame, and we'll talk about our map from yesterday and design one for today. So we could see that price gapped up. We talked about price rallying up a little bit, getting upward slope, and then starting to trade back under and see if we can hold this 2-day VWAP, maybe pull down to the 605 area, and then start to rally back above the 607.60 area. We can start to break above this, reclaim this VWAP. Okay, so then we kind of have this right up in here, and we have the VWAP declining. So, and this was 2-day VWAP. So we're still above a rising 5-day moving average. We can see that in our cloud here. So it's innocent until proven guilty. So maybe this is where we want to come back to that 603 area we talked about and discussed. So fill this gap, get some short sellers really excited as they're making some money on the way down here, and give them a bounce at the 60 back into this 605 area. So prices meandering down. If we can't reclaim situation, something like this to establish that long again when buyers regain control. Other than that, maybe poised to come down to that 603, and what that could potentially look like is maybe we rally back up to here and start to pull back down to the 605, reject, and then start to really get into that gap, undercut here, get those short sellers excited, and then rally back up against them. So that's the potential situation in the map on the SPY. And if this did happen, we'd be looking for at that VWAP to becomes resistance and then act as support somewhere up in this area. Put a stop on under there. This corrects, catches that 5-day moving average, fills this gap, previous level of resistance here, could then act as support down up in this area. Really, you could see with the VP in this week to date volume weighted average price where it's flat for some nice consolidation. So let's get over to the QQQ now, just to dive into a smaller time frame to show us what that looks like. Do something like this. So we're actually trading above the daily VWAP in the pre-market. So maybe this rallies up into this 2-day VWAP, pulls back down to 605, and then if it could reclaim, like we said, 607, just map it out to give the image. Maybe this flushes out here, rallies back up, comes back, and then gets going. So that would be the long situation. Something like this. And then this daily VWAP, flush out. I guess it would be more like up in that area then. So this daily VWAP, this would be the bullish situation if we could reclaim the daily VWAP, start to get back up, trade into the 2-day, and look to see for the daily VWAP to get above the 2-day. That's why I think it would be more towards the end of the day at that point. But it could just break the 2-day and get going. The profit taking situation would be looking like this here that we mapped out, is that maybe it does get up to that 2-day, That's what we have here. So maybe this rallies up to the 2-day. Let's get rid of this for now. That was our VWAP. We'll leave it. Right. And this would be our red for decline. So this rallies up, breaks up into that 2-day VWAP. Then maybe this is going to end up being your stop at the VWAP, and you participate as it's breaking down, and you could look to get into that gap fill, that 603 area. So that could be the day trade for today if it does reject that 2-day VWAP. But you still got the week to date VWAP right here. So ideally, maybe it'd be getting involved here at 605, risking 605.40, risking 60 cents, 605.95 to make $2 or so, $3 down to 603. So maybe that could be the potential situation if it realistically the textbook setup for that would be down here. Then at least you have price underneath 1, 2, and 3-day VWAPs. So let's get to that QQQ. Went to some big detail there. New all-time high inside day. So we'll see. First key level would be if we break this 520, 15, 520 area, round number. Next key level, pull back into this 514.40, which would then give the opportunity for price to that where it acted as resistance, right? Resistance here. Price broke down, reclaimed the election VWAP from here. And now that could be the key level. We could pull back into 507. Or if we break 520, we're looking at this 513.07, 513.70 area. We break that, look for that 20-day moving average, just like we talked about on the SPY. So the QQQ, this was our map from yesterday. And we were looking for this flush, get back above a daily VWAP, and go. So that didn't happen here. We could see it tag the daily VWAP. It did happen here. Tag the 2-day VWAP, rally back above, but it didn't undercut. So what's the situation we could look for today? Just to wrap this up here. Well, we'll look for the same thing. Maybe we flush under this VWAP a little bit, get back above, and then we trade to that 2-day, start to reject. We squeeze above that 2-day, then we could really start get going again. Maybe back into this yesterday's high. So that's the long situation. We'll just make that green. And if this breaks down here, starts to maybe get back to that VWAP, get longs excited, and then they give up on it, we could start to see a pull back down. Make this red. I'll just back out. Shoot. Back down to this week to date volume weighted average price. So that's 521, 522.38 stop for a rollover to this 518 gap fill, maybe even potentially down to 514. Now, this could be a situation where you're getting a whole bunch of people to get excited for a day trade, and it could just chop sideways, and then finally just drop, or just chop sideways and get going. Key thing here is these trades are tricky here because it's above a rising 5-day moving average, and it's innocent until proven guilty. So this is really just getting cute. Perhaps the best situation is to avoid takeoff, let price settle down, digest this recent rally, and see if there's some more opportunities setting up for next week. So that potential situation would be coming down to the 520. Maybe we bounce at this 520 because we get short sellers excited. And then next thing you know, Monday, we're getting that profit taking. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, digest. Thursday, Friday, we could set up and get ready for the Santa rally going into the following week. So hopefully this was helpful. And again, if you like this type of analysis, please like and subscribe.